This video is about Phantom Lady, real name Sandra Knight, a glamorous female superhero. In this video, she is presented in the 10-page story, The Case of the Murderess Model, that appeared in Phantom Lady number 19, published in 1948 by Fox Feature Syndicate, Inc. This was during the golden age of comic books, which was from 1938 to 1956. The story in this video was written by Gregory Page, and the art was by the phenomenal Black American comic book artist Matt Baker, known for his entertaining good girl art. The pages scroll down relatively slowly so that the viewer has an opportunity to follow the story, and background information and story information is provided. Phantom Lady was created by the Eisner and Iger studio and first appeared in Quality's Police Comics #1 in 1941. Phantom Lady uses a blacklight projector device which allows her to blind her enemies and make herself invisible. Over time, Phantom Lady was published by various publishers, and the story of who she is evolves. Murder. So howled Don Borden when Sandra Knight, better known to us as Phantom Lady, dragged him off to a fashion show. And murder it would have been, mass murder, had not the beauteous killer who went to the mat with death and came up with the solution to the case of the murderess model. Sandra Knight cajoles, coaxes, and finally drags her boyfriend to the fashion show. Minutes later, inside the Mad Hatter's shop, Don is surprised that he is in a hat shop given the beautiful models that are there. One of the models has a hat that incorporates a model of a plane, and Don takes an interest. Don is directed by the man running the show not to touch the hats because they are fragile. Don says he just wanted to touch the model. Later, Sandra says, "So you just wanted to inspect the model, eh? I thought it was the hat that intrigued you." Don responds, "Oh, Sandra, stop. Those people acted strange enough without you acting up too." Sandra thinks to herself that Don was right. There was something phony about the little scene, and that Phantom Lady's curiosity is aroused. Don invites Sandra to dinner, and she agreed to meet him at the Possum Club and parts ways with him, communicating that she had forgot something. Then Sandra enters a show and in the powder room changes into her Phantom Lady costume. Back at the exclusive shop, the plain hat model expresses concern about the plain hat raising suspicion and is told that fool will not suspect anything, but the plane is delicate and must not be handled. The man with the goatee is insulted by the other man, calling him Footsie instead of Anatoly. Phantom Lady drives back to the shop, scales the wall, and sees a group of three and wonders why the model is still wearing the plane hat. The plane is sent flying away and is supposed to fly back in 10 minutes because of a magnet in a bag that one of the men is carrying. This is a test for a surprise for guys at the United Nations that night. The group of three then head off to have a drink to celebrate. Phantom Lady spots the plane flying back and catches it. She is seen by one of the men, and she blinds him with her blacklight, and then is knocked on her head by the other man. Next, we find Phantom Lady tied up, and she is told and shown that the plane has a small but powerful explosive in it, enough to blow New York off the map, and will fly to the bag, which will be left at an important conference at the United Nations of a lot of big shots. The group leave Phantom Lady next to a ticking box. Phantom Lady slowly works her way to a window and throws herself through it with little hope for a successful landing. But her fall is fortunately broken by a skylight, Dawn is there, and Phantom Lady informs him she is okay, and also to get everyone out of the neighborhood, and he agrees. Soon, Phantom Lady is driving and hoping that Dawn gets those people far, far away from the explosion. Back at the Possum Club, Dawn gets resistance. Seconds later, there is an explosion. Phantom Lady is hoping that the gal with the hat is finicky about where she sets the plane off. And just ahead, on the same road, after dozens of attempts to find the right spot for the plane to take off, the model tells the man to be quiet, and she has found a spot without any tall buildings that will do perfectly. Phantom Lady arrives where the man and the model are, but the plane has already been launched. So Phantom Lady drives on to the United Nations. Phantom Lady finds her way into the United Nations building, finds the bag, and takes it and drives away with it, with the plane gaining on her. Minutes pass in the losing race, and then Phantom Lady sees the car occupied by the group that launched the plane, and she tosses the bag towards them, and then the car blows up. And much later, Phantom Lady is changed back to Sandra Knight and is on a phone talking with Don and asking him why he had invited her to a place that was in shambles and that she could not find him anywhere. Don says he was glad she was not there and that it was a long story involving the gal Sandra is jealous of, Phantom Lady. In the near future, do you want a live action movie made about Phantom Lady? And if so, is there an actress that you want to have play her? Do you have any movie plot ideas? More videos like this one, short and longer, can be viewed at the Comic Excitement Convention Golden Age Comics playlist. Please like, comment, subscribe, and click the notifications bell.